Anthony William, the medical medium. Have you been getting a chance to be in nature lately? I've been thinking about that. Very important if you can. If you can stand on the grass, if you can sit next to a tree, if you could take a walk on a path or a trail with someone, or if you could just look at the sky, see the birds flying by, maybe catch a hawk, maybe hear an owl at night, maybe see a hummingbird in the middle of the day, catch some wildflowers, see if there's some lingering bees still about on a warm enough day, on a flower or two, seeing a mole or a mouse or a toad, or seeing insects of some kind, just being out and about, or looking at some herbs. Maybe you see some dandelion greens or some plantain growing, different herbs that you see out there that people call weeds. Take a look at the leaves on a tree, see them turning color. Maybe hold them in your hands, crumple them up. Maybe take a twig and feel it in your hands and look at the design of the earthly mother on the creation of that twig. Any and all of this, maybe being by the water next to a stream, sitting in the grass, maybe being on the beach, near a lake, or by the ocean. Any of this and all of this is so healing for the soul, because the soul takes all of that in, keeps it in there forever. So someday, long down the road, when we leave this place, we take those memories with us in our soul. Our soul has the ability to absorb nature. Anything we see in nature, anything we hear in nature. Even if it's a fly, an annoying, nasty fly that came off of somebody's garbage can somewhere out there and flew into your apartment or your house, it's still a naturistic experience when that happens. Or a moth. Maybe we see a different kind of moth, or a lunar moth, or anything. All of it is powerful for healing the soul, for entering the soul. The soul doesn't just let everything in. It doesn't. It's got some closed doors on it. Everybody's soul has boundaries. Very important. Some things the soul will never take in, and if it does, it will get released at some point in time in their life while they're in this living form. But when it comes down to nature, sitting near a tree, looking at the leaves, smelling the air, watching a bird in the sky, something incredible happens where the soul just absorbs it quickly, like takes it right in. Truly profound and powerful, especially when we're betrayed and our trust gets broken all the time here on planet Earth. Because here on planet Earth, I mean, face it, we know it's difficult here. And so when our trust is broken and we get let down and we get into a struggle, a mental, emotional, spiritual struggle, whatever it is, or a physical struggle, and we surround ourselves by anything in nature, even if it's the smallest thing where you just step outdoors and you see a tree on the corner, and you just take it in for a moment. Even if you're too sick to get outside and you look out your window and you see the trees down the road or next to the parking lot somewhere, and you see those trees and you look at them Your soul absorbs it and it takes it in and it uses it as healing soul fuel, like healing fuel for the soul. You never underestimate this, ever, whatever you do. It's that powerful. It's that incredible for the soul. Our brain is this organ that takes information. It gets saturated into the brain cells, the glial cells, and the neurons and everything. And it gets saturated in there, our experiences and so forth. And it can become like a jungle in there and a garden filled with poisonous weeds. And so when we have experiences like in nature, that even helps to flesh out those poisonous weeds in our brain cells, in our neurons. So not only does experiences like looking at the moon at night, hearing the crickets at night, not only does that go instantly into the soul and start healing the soul, but it also saturates the brain, emotional centers of the brain that have been injured along the way from betrayal and broken trust and hardship, that everybody experiences one way or another at some point in their life, even if it's on the smallest level, but it still could be feeling like it's on the largest level, or if it's just really serious and on the largest level. Emotional centers of our brain take in this information too, and we get harmed by things that happen to us. But nature has a way of also fleshing and flushing that out of our neurons. And then we create new experiences, new references, new things that happen in our life that are positive and good, and it starts to weed out those weeds and push them out. But when it comes to nature, the soul can take these memories in that moment and then take those memories of nature and use those memories of nature in the moment and heal the soul. And what's really crazy and what's really incredible, Spirit of Compassion has always told me that any kind of old soul wounds that we have, new experiences with nature can enter into the soul and even start to push out some of those old soul wounds, surface them like pus and infection, and push them out of that infection. It's incredible what you can do with just the most simplistic things that are around us. Do you ever look at a bird really closely? Do you ever wonder what it's like to fly like a bird and take flight? Our soul has that ability to take flight. It has the ability to move. It's like a bird. And although our soul is within us while we're here, that's only for a short time in this lifetime. And then it just flies like a bird and it's free until it eventually lands into another human being being born and brought into this world. Anyway, just some thoughts from Spirit of Compassion and me. I hope you guys are doing good. And share this with others if you can, so it might touch somebody else's heart. It might help them in many ways, especially if they've gone through a hard time and they're going through a difficult time and they're struggling on any level. So if you can, share it with a friend or somebody you care about. Anyway, lots of love.